Money Matters on Fosse 107 with Hinckley and Rugby Building Society.
I'm joined by Colin from the Hinckley and Rugby Building Society to answer your money questions. Right, on to the first question then. And this is something that is really dear to my heart because it happens to me all the time. Please, can you discuss scams? I get text messages that look like they're from my bank asking me for money or to transfer funds. And sometimes I get them from banks that I don't even deal with. It's really, really frustrating me. And I'm scared that I'll fall victim at some point. Yeah. Any ideas?
Yeah, I mean, for that person who's writing and MD who's listening, don't feel that you're the only one, because these scams are happening to every single person. The best advice is, if it comes from a source that you don't recognise, just don't touch it. Just delete it. I think that the way that most scams are identified is by the address they come from. So if you were getting something that purports to be from a big high street bank, the email address that it comes from typically is not their email address, and that's one of the easy ways to spot it. But I guess my best advice would be to delete. If there is, for any reason, there's a genuine reason why that organisation or that individual's trying to get a hold of you, they will try again and they'll try different ways. So delete and don't have any fears about it.
So the advice then is be extremely careful if you get a text message which looks like it's from your bank. I mean, I had one the other day, and sometimes if it's from a bank you don't deal with, it's very easy. You recognise that as a scam. But I had one the other day which looked like it was from my bank.
It's rife and very, very unlikely that a bank or building society would do any type of private business with you over text or email. They understand the number of scams that are around, so I would delete as often as you get them.
Yeah. Okay. Right. Which brings me on to another question, which is quite an interesting one actually. The housing market is red hot at the minute, and this particular person is a builder, and he's recognising that his building materials are going up and up and up and up. Should we be worried about inflation?
Well, I think there are definitely worries about inflation. We were talking a few weeks, maybe even a month ago, about interest rates going down. The worry is that inflation, with spending starting to pick up again, inflation will start to go up. The interest rates typically control inflation. If you reduce your interest rates, it's likely that people will spend more. They've got more disposable income, and therefore they go out and spend more, and that should push inflation slightly up. But if inflation is rising, interest rates will rise to try and encourage people to spend less. And it's a very delicate balance. And the Bank of England typically look for inflation to be round about 2%, and it's been less than that for some considerable time. A lot to do with COVID. So you'll find some more speculation in the press about interest rates because of that, but I do not see them going sharply up. The Bank of England understand that if they were to do that, it would really cripple the recovery that we are looking to go through over the next few months.
Okay, then just one quick further one. How important is it to have a pension and a will?
Well, I would say extremely important. Now, let's start with a will. If you and I were to die, Mark, we would like to think that any of our assets went to the people that we loved, and that they got the benefit out of the hard work we've put into our lives. And a will does that. If you die without a will, it becomes quite a legal process to go through. Your loved ones should still get the benefits of your estate, but there is risk. I guess in a pension, a pension is one of the ways to save up for retirement. There's some tax benefits of investing in a pension. so that you get more back than you would do if you were, putting it in another type of asset. But in general, saving up for your retirement is a great thing to do, because the state pension will give you a standard of living, but maybe not the standard of living that you hope for as you move through your life.
Well, that just about rounds it up today. Thank you so much for joining us. We'll see you next week, mate.
Thanks, Mark. All the best.
Thank you, mate. Bye.
Bye-bye. Bye.